Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of sorry, just give me a second. Yeah. Sorry about that. It's just that the way that this chair is positioned, because I changed positions in the room to make it easier to set things up. So literally I have the door that is right here that can swing out to just where the the chair is positioned. So that, again, the lighting is actually going to come through. However, there's a bed corner that's in the way, so I can't move the table closer or the chair closer, which means that I'm going to be either leaning over or I'm very far back here. So I want to make sure that I can at least be comfortable in one of those positions, so I'm not just curving my spine any more than it already is. The best I've got scoliosis. I don't. I mean, like, I usually hunch when in this position. Sorry, that was should really contextualize that. Okay, but here we are. It's been 1 month and 1 day since I last tackled the Blues Pops or any video by Flowerpot 1300, which is very surprising considering that I was so eager to get to this particular part in the Pops timeline. And then once I got here, I was like, oh, okay, it's holiday time now, and there's a bunch of other requests, and then here's some other stuff and some other stuff. So it wasn't the case that I just lost interest. It was just that I lost the time. And then Secrets of the Plex happened, and suddenly there was a whole different influx of people, like KW, for example, who is also asking to join, so I will let her in a second. But yes, it seems that actual Flowerpot is, once again, back here. Quality go... Oh, yeah, that's right. So I also... So I'm at my Dan's house, and I completely forgot to pack my usual Logitech webcam, which means that I'm back to my computer webcam because I forgot. That was it. Not like something has gone wrong. My brain went wrong. Oh, and speaking of things going wrong, BB's going to be brought in, so I'm not going to get any sleep tonight. Okay. Who else have we got here? We've got Fox, and we also have Emily, surprisingly, and Gacha Spring Boy. All right. Welcome you two as well. And I don't know if I've mentioned Bon as well, but just in case I didn't, hi Bon. Once again, influx of new people. Secrets of the Plex just premiered today. I know. I saw a notification on KW's live. I think it was weird because it was a live that happened on the gaming channel, not on the series channel, which should be called the live channel. But yeah, I don't know. So glad that went through. I was considering, do I click on this? It's like, wait a minute, I'm not there yet. It's like with the Pops, I have to catch up. Much like here. So once I invite people in, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to catch up, and we're going to continue with a prequel that has been and shall be. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Hold on. All right. Okay, KW's here. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, bro. Skrilla's origin it's my new favorite origin story. I'm just telling you right now. Like, I was just speechless the whole entire time. Like, I didn't know what to say.
Sounds like Josh when he's reacting to videos. I'm kidding. He's starting out. It's understandable. All right. Also, hello, BB.
Hello.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. So I'm incredibly confused, gang. So I ordered 2 things a while back.
Oh, great. You're already starting off your first sentence being a non sequitur. This is a good start.
So I ordered 2 things a while back, right? I ordered a top, and I ordered a dress.
This
Both
is
of
interesting.
which-
Episode 3 is indeed, I guess, would be messy. I'm glad that episode 4 is one of your favorites, Firepots. Go ahead and see that then, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
So the thing is, it's like I ordered them, and the top came in today. Lovely. It's great. Here's what's weird though. I went to go and check my emails, right? Because I was like, oh wow, I never got any emails about it coming, and turns out it went to spam. But then I found a nice little message in there that was also weird, saying that the order that involved the dress got refunded this morning, which I did not do. In fact, I wasn't even awake at that time. And so I'm incredibly confused by it. And so I ended up emailing them about it, but then the email also says that my money was given back to me. That also is not true. So if they're going to randomly refund it, I would at least like the $50 back. Alternatively, bring the dress to me. Because I want the dress.
There is also that. Josh actually was at the premiere against his better judgment. I mean, against his better judgment? Josh consumes everything. Like he doesn't care about spoilers.
No,
That's-
I just. Why does he not care about spoilers? Like, I guess if you are not interested in certain stuff, then I guess. But like,
Oh no, he's interested. He just likes to be informed and document everything. It doesn't matter what order it appears in. Basically, it's more of a case of digesting the information on top of the entertainment value. Just the one person not here right now. Yeah, surprising. You seem to be showing up a bit later to these than normal, so I don't know. Oh, I mean that it was pretty gory. Oh,
yeah.
I see.
I was mostly shocked about everything.
Well, what was he expecting? It's a show about people dying. Like, of course.
Yeah, there's quite a few blood and
Even Emily got that part
Sorry,
down with FNAF content.
Sorry, quite a few blood.
Well, it's more blood than most of the origin stories.
Yes, quite. That is true. Be quite a few blood and many death.
Yes.
All right. So let's.
Let's just say if you remember what happens in FNAF 1 when you get killed by the animatronics, you see the death
It says
end.
game over.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
there's, like,
except the
eyes
game.
popping out.
Yeah, it's game over. Except the screen is just kind of a part of the like joke that Phone Guy makes, which is like, yeah, if they catch you, they'll stuff you in a suit. So sure enough, you see yourself in a suit and with eyes poking out.
Great.
Yes.
So Blues Pops then.
Yes. Anyway, let's ignore the bloody and glare stuff and let's get into this.
From what I remember from last episode, we got introduced to a lot of villains. A lot. I like the theme. I think the theme was the Zodiac.
Yes.
So I like the idea behind that, but my goodness, was introducing 12 villains in the same video a bad idea. Let's see how it follows through.
Isn't that what Amazing Spider-Man did?
No, Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3.
Well, that and also Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Both of them did the same thing, and both of them were heavily panned as a result of doing that.
Yeah,
so
both of them were.
So yes to both of those things. That is a bad idea, and those films did it. Right. I think they both introduced 3 the same or something like that. Oh, 13. Gemini split into. I love how Eli just like makes my points like even further against herself. That is amazing.
It's funny because I see those names and I don't think of Zodiacs. I only think of the Greek mythology.
I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Of course you would. Unless you think of Dingo Pictures, that's also acceptable. Oh god, this.
Oh
thing.
yeah, the cat. Oh god, the cat. The cat.
I think it just looks sort of placed and uncanny because it's the only thing that doesn't look like it's a vector image in this gacha world. Which, by the way,
blues
actually,
pops.
now that I think about it, that's actually a good recipe for some Uncanny Valley horror stuff. Just to have like realistic imagery imposed onto gacha characters.
Oh god, no.
Yeah, if you really want to freak people out, give gacha characters real eyes. That will scare people.
No, dude, I went frame by frame at one point. I don't recall why, but I actually no, I think it was because I paused it. It was during a Mutant Girl Season 1 video. Jacob may recall I promptly went to the Butterbunch GC to complain about what I saw. The question you may be wondering is, oh, there wasn't anything scary in Mutant Girl, right? To which I would say, you're right, unless you pause Season 1, in which case it becomes very clear that he just shoved real human lips in there to show the transitions. So whenever you pause it, you just see these like really like you just see actual flesh where the lips should be, and I was disturbed.
Yes, I do indeed recall that, and encourage people to check every single episode of Mutant Girl and pause at every frame to make sure that that is an actual fact.
I do too.
Wow.
All right. Dear Diary, it's me again. Why did I just think for some reason, hi, it's me, Austin!
Hi, it's me. I'm the problem.
Okay, different thing, but sure. Now you may think about Sword Art Online Bridge episode 17. Maybe wasn't the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. I didn't want to be the problem. Anyway, today we went to the desert village of Achra to help the people out.
That's definitely foreign, isn't it?
I mean,
wait, Libra.
Yes. Do you know any US-based desert cities, or Australia-based actually? Well, actually, Australia-based maybe. I don't know.
That sounds like
Anyway,
a thing that might be in Australia, but the AH doesn't sound like a thing that would be in Australia.
I'm looking this up. Okay.
Right? I is that Egyptian? Maybe Islamic?
Well, what first appears is that Akhra was the only one of the Red Assassins that was previously a Jedi. Akhra was mainly in charge of training the new Red Assassins, apparently, according to the Star Wars fanon.
Yeah,
So,
the Wikipedia, I remember. Yeah.
There's also a Twitter account by that name. My heart is a cup. Your love is its drink. Keep pouring and let the cup overflow. Let it overflow and flow and flow. That seems like a poem written by a teenager on Wattpad. Anyway, so Libra had been attacking the village with her powers of launching trains at people in the desert.
I live next to it.
They went
Okay.
to try and stop. I know you do. I know.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, also, I haven't got to this video yet, but apparently it was a huge improvement. So good. I was gonna be like, wait, should I look at this video today on KW's channel? Nah, I've already delayed
you don't have
the Blues
to.
Pops I've already delayed the Blues Pops several times. Let's not pour salt on that wound.
I'm actually gonna try to see if the PC version of Gacha Cup will work better with the screenshots and everything. But the problem is the Gacha version I'm using would like reset itself mysteriously. So I've been trying to fix that because I'm using a version. I guess it hasn't been updated.
Okay.
Well, the PC version is partly better because it's a PC, and that's just the master race. Truth be told, you get all the editing.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, that comes with a heavy clause, the heavy asterisk there of you get all the editing options to use on external programs.
Well, yeah, a thing that you don't get on phone.
Yes, but the way that you phrase it implies that it was the PC version of Gacha that is like the app itself is easy to edit, not necessarily. That's what I mean. Okay, and also I forgot what else I was going to say about that. Yeah, something else. But I'm just going to go back to the Castor and Pollux thing for a second. So Pollux and Castor are the brightest stars, and they're the heads of the constellation Gemini, I wonder why Pollux and Castor are the names of constellations. I wonder which civilization might have named the constellations and what those names might have been based on.
Yeah, so...
It truly is a mystery.
Yeah, so in Greek myths, there is a set of two brothers. If I recall correctly, one of them has powers and the other doesn't, but they're both technically demigods. I recall one of them, I think it's Pollux, who has like these just great abilities with horses or whatever. But regardless of their differences with the power scale, they still love each other deeply. And if I recall correctly, they had spoken to Zeus, and Zeus was like, "I'm gonna send one of you off," and the other one was like, "No, please, I want to follow," or whatever. To which they were both turned into constellations, a running theme which Zeus would do many more times in the myths.
Yes.
Huh, okay.
Very much so. And in some versions, they were born from eggs. Moving on.
Jacob, what's your opinions on names above heads?
Huh? So the names of...
Like, I guess, like, Majesty...
Well, I mean, I used to do that myself back in season 1 of the Mutant Girl original. That was the thing that I did. It does help people identify the actual names of people, especially when you're reading this off like this, or if you're just like on offhand. So it does have its advantages. It's never bothered me at all at any point. But I stopped doing it partly because I got so many complaints about it.
I see.
But also because as the Mutant Girl progressed, it became less and less necessary. Yeah. Let me just see. Other stuff. Okay. Making sure I didn't skip anything else. Maneki Neko jump scare. I don't know what that means. Okay. We're just returning to the headpiece just hovering just around Majesty's head. Yeah. You can adjust that. I can confirm that, yeah. Hello, ladies. Let us receive.
Who's it from?
2 people in a desert village called Akha. Their names are Esther and Judah.
Also, I was correct about it being Egyptian. Flowerpot did confirm that.
Okay. Apparently, Libra is attacking the village markets with her powers. She's toppling the already fragile Egyptian economy. That monster.
Oh, brother, we gotta stop her.
I love she's always like almost bored by that. It's like, oh, brother.
Well, yeah, they're like so expressionless. Like, gee.
No, like, I mean, okay, well, yes, but also it kind of works here because it's like, well, there she's at it again. Guess we better go and teach her a lesson. Oh well. And okay, yes, noseless, but at the same time, this is another one of those series that carries on from a very old thing that predates Gacha Club. So this one has an excuse. I think anyway. Oh wait, did this start in 2020? Maybe it doesn't predate it. I don't know. Actually, you know what, Eli, you confirm that. I'm not sure. I will send you all there right now. Good luck, ladies. May destiny always be on your side.
I'm just saying, with the music, that sounded more like a threat than anything.
That's true. And also, welcome to the desert village. Look at the bustling village life that is in this desert right now.
Yeah, so so when people think of an Egyptian desert village, I gotta tell you, you know, the movies would have you believe that that Tatooine might resemble it, but as someone who has researched a little bit of Egyptian culture, hence why I assume that Akra might lean into the, you know, Egyptian phonetics there, right? I gotta tell you, they're very resourceful people. Their villages are not in the middle of nowhere, as one might have you believe. They might start out in the middle of nowhere. I guarantee you look up one image of these places, they're gigantic. They're gigantic, bustling cities. It is insane.
Okay, I guess we did say desert village in here, but at the same time, there still would be people living in the area of this village. What I'm saying is that this looks like Tatooine, but not the part that has the cantina. Yes. Oh, here we go. Wait,
Whoa.
okay. Blend of live action. All right.
Yeah, see, this is what yeah.
Yes, channeling the inner Sapphire Wings back when it used to be good.
Here we go. Here we go.
I actually literally watched all episodes of Sapphire Wings, and I was so freaking confused on everything. I was like,
you think that it's going to? You think that at first it's going to answer some of the questions that it poses for you, the more interesting ones, but then it just forgets about it and moves on with other stuff that you also know is not going to be answered.
So I'm actually going to give a bit of praise here, actually. So the live-action blend, I think, could have looked terrible. Everyone just kind of pounced on it as a good thing. I didn't. But the thing is, the transition between the end of it to here felt a lot more seamless than I was expecting. So, good job. I'm not nauseated.
I love how Fox is saying 4K moment here as well. You know what I have to say about that? The YouTube downloaders that I use sometimes, they sometimes allow up to 1080p. This one only was able to be downloaded in 360p. There were no other options. Normally it gives me a few of them. But yeah. All right. Okay, and food! Fresh produce available here! Cheapest prices! Roll up, roll up!
Okay, that's good walking.
That food does look delicious, and that walking does look good. Yeah, see? The simple action of changing the poses, and also it seems like they're being keyframed too.
By the way, those pyramids are awfully close to each other.
They are, yes.
The pyramids,
illusion, but no, they look like they're actually just really small pyramids rather than far away.
Which the reason the pyramids were built were actually tombs for specifically kings. So all I'm saying is if they are really that small, someone had to have gone in trouble for that.
They're tombs for short kings.
Is it only for kings? What about
queens? So Egyptian culture believes that kings are appointed and are either biologically or adopted children of the gods. So what ends up happening is the insides of these are actually so there's one room that has a smaller little tomb for the king, so that way they can rest in silence as they do their journey to the gods, which is narrated all across the walls, which has various spells and prayers that would generally be chanted by other people of Egypt. Those would be frequently titled the pyramid texts.
Right. I was just wondering what happens to the queens in Egypt then, if you know.
Well, I mean, obviously not every single king got a pyramid burial.
Yeah. Right.
There were other options of funeral rites that could be done, and
correct.
Other ways to preserve bodies and things. It's not the only
this
version.
Wasn't a thing since the first king. It was originally done by Unas, and even then, it is still pretty old. Like, again, for instance, technically king isn't the term that most of them used. It would be pharaoh. But
yeah, I'm surprised you started using kings, actually. I don't know why you used to. That was
because king was a term that was used, just not nearly as much and not as frequent.
Yeah, so why did you use it? Everyone knows the term pharaoh.
I mean, everyone knows the term king. I mean,
most people also know what pyramids were used for in ancient Egypt as well. That's very common knowledge we're going through here.
Well, no, I was specifying that detail for KW, but the fact that it was used for burial specifically for kings was used was a thing that I mentioned mainly because if these pyramids are really this tiny, they would probably be insulted, since again they were deemed as having a connection to the gods.
They were these are the bearers that were used for short kings.
I
That was what I
don't
said
think
before.
short. I get the feeling they would not. I think they might find it more insulting that their small height would equate to a smaller pyramid.
Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe there was pharaohs that were just like really, really short in real life, and that's why they commissioned the massive pyramids to be remembered.
That's the reason Giza exists.
There you go.
Imagine.
Pretty sure Shrek made that exact same joke about Lord Farquaad's castle.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's I bet he's compensating for something.
Exactly. Yeah. By the way, if you notice the produce seller is actually waving, our page is more like that. I was distracted by the actual food, which does look delicious, admittedly.
Yum 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 yum.
Indeed. Hold on. Oh,
Oh yeah!
wait.
Wow.
Wait. Hold on. I recognize that. That's a Gacha life animation.
I see.
Can't sneak that one past me. I remember those days. I remember the days. I was there, Gandalf. I was there 3,000 years ago. So I guess that's why
PTSD is slipping in.
people don't understand that season 1 of Music Girl was still excruciating to edit at times.
Yeah.
Yes, and it still looks like it did.
That's so yeah.
Mm-hmm. That just shows you the passion of the Gacha tuber right there. Right. But yeah, my point with the Gacha life thing was really just the fact that I guess since the characters don't have noses, at least you're able to sneak in that detail in a few places. This not a clearly Gacha club, because otherwise you would have just used the walking animations that are also in Gacha life. So yeah.
So
Right.
here's a complaint.
They've gone back to not being keyframed, weirdly.
They wouldn't be wearing black.
In the desert, God no, their legs would catch fire.
Yeah, black absorbs color. It's very hot during the day and very cold at the night.
Yes. Hello, Blues Pops. We have been what?
Sorry, nothing.
Okay.
I heard cat, so I was like, "What the heck?"
Hello, Blues Pops. Well, I mean, I don't know. This is Egypt we're talking about, so cats are definitely going to be around. Anyway, hello, Blues Pops. We've been waiting for you. Dude, those two people are dead inside. Well, of course they're dead inside. They burned to death centuries ago. I am Judah. And this is my wife, Esther.
When does this take place?
I
get the feeling this one probably...
This is supposed to be 10 years ago.
You know...
So whenever this video was made, minus 10 years. So maybe like 2011 or something.
You know, given how the Bible recontextualized those names... Also, that's also very coincidental that you just so happen to be married, or well, around someone named Esther, with that being your name.
Is it also coincidental that Castor and Pollux happen to be the names of the twins here?
No, that has a mythological answer.
Well, this is a biblical answer. Right.
Are you implying these are just the biblical figures?
I don't think those correspond, so probably not. Anyway, nice to meet you guys. I assume you know our names.
Awfully egotistical of you.
We do know who you are. Otherwise, we wouldn't have contacted you.
Loving the sass, Esther. You're my favorite so far.
I'm fairly certain that was a trait in the Bible, wasn't it?
Sassy women? I don't think so. The traits that were given,
that's why God hates them, right?
The traits that were given to women in the Bible, there are a few
shut up and listen to your husband.
There were a few that stood out, but sassiness was not one of them, from what I remember. Most of the time, it was I will become your ultimate downfall through leading you into temptation.
So, Flowerpot, right. What I'm saying isn't that they were alive during the time that the Bible was written, which, by the way, it was not written in that order, throwing that out there. To say when the Bible was written is not a simple, it was written this year answer.
Right.
But regardless, sure. But they presumably lived at a time. That's why they're in the Bible.
Okay, but did they live at the same time? That's what I think Flowerpot is saying right now. Judas and Esther were not alive at the same time when they appeared in the Bible as featured people in the story.
Right. What I'm saying is
This is the same reason we can't have a Nightfall crossover with the Mutant Girl and the Butterverse, basically. Nightfall was written after the Mutant Girl started, but it's very much if you've seen
both
that series,
of them are still running though. So I mean
yeah,
I guess
sure.
we could we could always kill one of Morwenna's best friends and just send them down to the underworld.
We could technically do it with any character. It doesn't have to be one of Morwenna's best friends, but
Sure,
yeah.
it could be Morwenna herself. You're right.
We could also just have an immortal character in Nightfall, but okay. Either way, basically, it would cause more complications. But you see how that's the solution to making a crossover, rather than just having the characters appear side by side as we see them currently. Exactly what Firepot was saying. Are those backgrounds in Gacha Club? I can't remember if this one is, but some of those other ones did look new.
Right. We are so grateful you could come out and help our village.
Oh, by the way, I also got to say hi to Johnny and also to Polly and Jess, who have appeared at the same time. I mean, Gerald did kill an enemy soldier by inviting him into her tent, and then he fell asleep, and she got a tent peg in his head. And he died. That's a powerful one, if you ask me. This is true. It does also seem to lean to the trope of leading people into temptation, becoming their ultimate downfall. But that's a more positive spin than, say, I don't know, Eve or Rachel or Delilah or whatever Lot's wife's name was. I can't remember anymore. Anyway, no problem. We love where we can help out whenever we can. Also, the background's a Gacha Club. Good to know. So anyway, do you know where Libra is or where you last saw her? Over near the sand dunes, I think.
All right then, let's go there and search for her.
Ah, yes, let's go and search around these sand dunes in the middle of a desert. Does anyone see the problem with that without me having to spell it out for them?
So here's the problem, right? These guys better get out as quickly as they came in. Otherwise, these skirts are gonna cause some problems later.
That's not the problem with the sand dunes thing, but that is also a problem. But then again, they're superheroes. They can defend themselves.
Well, it's not the defense. Unless they can somehow make it day again, the desert gets as cold as it does hot.
They can probably probably control their body temperature. Maybe. There might be a way around that. Or they could just beam themselves back to Celeste and warm up. There's also that. See why I said episode 3 was messy? Yeah. All right. Okay, we need to find ourselves a specific patch of water. Where are we searching? The Atlantic Ocean. Golly. Also, hi again, Gacha Spring Boy. I guess you left and rejoined. Welcome back. And so begins the long journey into the desert. Actually, that does kind of seem like the thing that would it's interesting. This is going to be a weird comparison, I think, again, but this reminds me of this one episode of Popeye that I watched. It was the Alibaba and the Popeye and the 40 Thieves, I think. And the music also reminds me, like, it actually feels very, very appropriate for this episode at the very least. Again, by this point, the music had been definitely sorted out as far as things go. There she is. Okay, the pyramids are still right there. Did you just walk to different pyramids in Egypt, or is this the exact same village and you just happened to take 10 paces and here you are? Oh, he's just standing there. Oh, great.
Menacingly.
I was hoping that my sand-colored clothes and hair would camouflage me permanently, I guess. Didn't expect you to be here at all.
What do you expect? Well, if someone causes trouble and chaos, there's gonna be someone to stop them.
Mm-hmm. Music cut out for a few seconds. I didn't mean to cause too much trouble, okay? All I did was destroy the markets that were around this village, toppling an already very fragile economy of this country.
That sounds like something a god would say. Sorry, man, I was just trying to get back on this one dude. I didn't mean to destroy your entire country. Whoopsie daisy.
By the way, I forgot to mention, I've still been reading through Troy by Stephen Fry. I finally got the death of Achilles today, so I see what you mean now.
Oh, you do, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a gay undertone there, but, like, you know, there are other parts to it besides that.
Well, there's several gay undertones to Achilles.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, I mean, sure. You also have that scene where a bunch of, like, people walk into his tent and catch him alone with with his best friend, who definitely doesn't just straight up say, "For I love it," whatever. Where they just catch them sitting there alone in the tent, where Achilles promptly panics after they caught him essentially serenading him.
That's like that one scene in Avatar where Zuko goes into Sokka's tent and just turns around with and throws his mouth going, "Well, hello, Suki."
It's exactly that. No, they caught Achilles like serenading like Patroclus, and he was just like, guys, what are you doing in here? Why are you in my tent?
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course, we also can't forget that the time that he actually spent in hiding at the request of his mother, disguised as a girl, where he played the part so well that the only way to make to unmask him was to try and like threaten everyone. The one who didn't then scream and run away and picked up a sword was him. That was the only giveaway.
Yeah.
So it does go to show. I mean, also there was the whole thing with Briseis, or however you pronounce that name, but you know. So
yeah.
So yeah, bi overall, but definitely several gay undertones.
Oh yeah. But even then, it's also like he could technically be bi, sure. But for the record, in the actual like primary source, they mention how he has like this wife or girlfriend or whatever, but they never ever mention any actual love towards her, unlike when they mention him in his lovely attraction with Patroclus. In fact, they make it abundantly clear that the only reason he even has this wife in the first place is purely as a trophy, because they sacked this one like
that
village.
Was the Briseis, yeah.
Yeah, they sacked this one place like right before the main events of the Iliad took place. That was all. He just wanted a trophy.
Yeah, and there was also that one incident with that, like, after he kills Penthesilea, where he realizes like how beautiful she was after taking off her helmet from the armor. But again, very minor in comparison.
Yeah, man.
Definitely a small percentage of straightness coming from him.
Very small, microscopic.
maybe those were like just added in by Homer, just like, by the way, this also happened, you know. So
yeah.
Actually, no, As you know, they wouldn't have cared back then, so whatever.
Yeah, no, it is really funny how things like that fluctuate throughout history. They're like, oh, gay, completely fine. Then a couple centuries, ew, gay, they're pedos. And then a couple more like years later, it's like, whoa, gay's cool. It's like,
I really hope we don't keep I really hope we don't keep flip-flopping like that, but then again,
neither do I, but if we look at the trends.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we got to preserve and document all this stuff. Although now I think about it, can you just imagine like in the future people coming back, like if like for history lessons in the future, they're going to come back to like old social media posts to use as sources to gather information about what life was like back now. Which means that at some point, someone is going to end up using a gacha video in their history project, and I am waiting for that day to happen.
Dude, it's so fascinating. I think about this sometimes, right? There's so much that has happened during our generation. What is going to be the thing that stands out in history lessons?
If at all, or are history lessons just going to be a complete mishmash of content that they have to select? So, like constantly be like, okay, like what are we going to teach this group of students today? Or are we going to like gloss over like everything from 2016 in one fell swoop?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, how far back does your guys' history go? Because the UK is very ancient.
Yes.
Yeah, where do you guys start? Because we can just start right there at the beginning because we're so tiny and just go at a very steady pace.
That is true, and actually, by the time that I moved here, a lot of the more ancient history had already been covered. So by that point, I actually don't know how. I know that we go as far back as at least 1066. Beyond that, I'm not sure what's taught.
Okay. See, I wasn't sure because ours is so small compared to everywhere else that it's like
you just explained that. Yes, you just explained that.
But something like the UK is like, I feel like it'd be difficult to go at such a steady pace.
Yeah. Well, from what I know, a lot of that is since it's taught when you're much younger, they don't go into too much detail about it.
Oh, okay.
It's more like when I first moved here, we studied on the Industrial Revolution. So basically around the same point.
Okay.
Anyway, it was just that Ares wanted me to go out and do something.
Is the constellation spelled like that?
The zodiac sign is.
Sorry, I meant zodiac, but okay. I wasn't sure if it was spelled like that or the god that it sounds like.
I don't think. Yeah, but it feels weird that he would have a constellation. He's already got a planet, to be fair.
I just misspoke there. That was
all right. Okay, but he didn't tell me what to do exactly, so I just couldn't decide. What were the other options? What list includes topple the Egyptian economy and also other stuff? Like,
bye, Ares. I gotta go run some errands.
Of course. Okay, don't be long. Okay, just popping over to Egypt.
Shows up in Egypt. Hey guys, so I got some errands to run. You guys were my first stop.
This seems like a Ryan George sketch. Hi there, hello. So I'm going to just just push over your market stands. What? No, don't do that. I need those to make money and live and feed my children. Well, I don't like your things, I decided, so I'm going to push them now. Right. Should I use my elemental power? Should I use my normal power?
How about none?
Should I steal things? Eventually I decided the answer to all those questions was yes, so you can see why I'm here.
I will say, I'm gonna give some props here. So I really like how she keeps flipping like left and right with the music. I think it does add a bit of attention to it, which is nice. Because in my head, I can absolutely picture her going back and forth like, oh, should I do this or this? And kind of just like playing with her food a little bit almost.
Essentially, although her expression does seem like it's the classic thing of someone who could be pacing back and forth, or is just be like, oh, I'll do that, I'll do that, rather than like, ah, yes, was it this option or that option, just based on the face alone. But the pose is the same.
Sure. I mean, I could picture doing that though in a ironic sense of like making it look like it, but everyone in the room is aware of what's actually happening here.
True. If everyone's facial expression did look like this throughout the blues pop so far, I would be tempted to agree. So, what should I steal? How strong does he want me to use my elemental power? He doesn't, because he didn't give you any advice. This is your decision to use your elemental power. All he said was do something. When should I do it? After being asked to. Which you just were. What does he exactly want me to do? That was already the question. You were trying to figure something out. So he didn't tell me any instructions, so I decided to take the initiative myself and come up with an idea. And I came up with thinking about what he'd want me to do. Choices, so many choices. Not as many as you might think, but still a few.
You could have not done anything, and then we wouldn't have to stop you.
Oh, that was the other choice. Can you imagine?
I do like these two sitting here in the front just smiling, like...
Oh, it's like that. Remember that Clara Afton video where William decided to start stabbing the kids, and she's like, I love my family.
Oh my god.
What a good family this is. So supportive.
Thing is, you can't even say that's out of character for Clara because he doesn't have a character.
Hello,
It's so true.
Oh, no.
Konnichiwa.
Well, then what would it? Well, I said hola because, like, okay, sure. Bonjour. Okay. Oh, because he'd totally say, Elizabeth, that's exactly what I wanted you to do, wouldn't he? He just wanted you to do.
Aloha.
Moving on. No, of course he wouldn't. Okay, Libra, I think you've been in the desert for a little too long.
Too long,
you might
yeah.
you might want to drink some water and head into the shade. What do you think? What do you think he is? We're over here, Libra. Who are you talking to? Oh, don't give me that. What am I? What are you, some sort of mirage? Mirages don't exist. Isn't that right, Pink Elephant?
Oh, Flowerpot just said that they're just straight up indecisive.
And an
That's-
overthinker. Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like that significantly less, actually, but okay.
I mean, as an overthinker myself, part of
Oh,
this
yeah.
makes sense, and part of it really does not.
No, I really like this just being a pseudo monologue and playing with food. I feel like going, oh no, they just genuinely don't know what they're doing,
Oh,
kind
no.
of ruins
You
the
wanna-
fun of it a bit.
You want to claim death of the author on this one?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, because he definitely isn't. He's literally my boss. And he loses his temper pretty quickly, like a child would. And oh boy, you do not want him to get angry. He becomes a tiny Hulk.
Oh god.
Oh wait, that was a song, wasn't it? Tiny Baby Hulk. That's right. I remember that was a thing. Yeah, I saw a few GCMVs of that actually. Or was it GLMVs? Was that how long ago it was? Anyway.
Why?
Well, do you want your furniture on fire or not?
What?
I guess. Wait, she was in the market. Was this the furniture market? Sofas! Get your sofas here! Because when he gets angry, furniture. Oh, so he's burning their furniture. Okay, right. I see. I thought she was threatening to burn the furniture of the villagers.
Okay, I do not like this sentence one bit. I feel like they should have fixed it.
Because when he gets angry, furniture gets pretty burnt. Thankfully, the ones with water powers have put the blaze out before it gets too bad. Is this why Ares is the boss? Just because he threw the biggest tantrum in order to acquire the position? All right. And yeah, Fireproof. Yeah, they all have magic. They all have magic powers. You're telling me that not one of them can think to fireproof furniture?
I'm just saying. I feel like throwing the biggest tantrum is kind of how most divine arguments get settled. Honestly,
possibly, but these aren't divines. They are.
I feel like constellations should be classified as a divine.
I don't know
entity.
if they are. I don't know if they are the constellations themselves.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Eli, correct me if I'm wrong about this. I think they are just they're based on their powers are based on the zodiac signs and therefore the constellations. But I don't actually know.
I see. See, I was under the assumption that they just were actual like personifications of the constellations.
This is the same person who invented the Star Tribe, so I do understand where that comparison comes from. But we've had to replace our table 3 or 4 times in the last 6 months. I've got a solution for that. See, there's an episode of The Amazing World of Gumball where Miss Simeon throws a tantrum several times in the episode, destroys Principal Brown's office. So eventually he catches on to that and he glues everything to the floor so she can't have a freak out. And then tries to drink from his coffee mug and then just rips part of the table off.
Oh, brother, that's a lot of times.
Just Magic Pop, is that her catchphrase? Oh, brother. Is that... That's a trend here. Oh, brother is the new neutral, I guess. Right. Okay, so they just have the names, and you'll learn about their powers later.
Right.
Well, we know that
Full House did the same thing, right?
What?
That was a thing in Full House as well. The Oh Brother line.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Zodiac villains. I was like,
yeah, no, don't worry. God came down in Full House. I recall. You remember that one episode, right? Where Tiffany got like drunk or something, and then Jesus said, "Hey, that was not a good idea," and then they had a big sit down conversation.
And then the baby character just sets all the furniture on fire. Of course, exactly.
Yeah, I recall that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Yeah, exactly. Right. I know. You know, one of the things I do like in some situations is where there'll be, a hero and villain standoff, and then eventually someone will say something that's like really relatable, and so they snap out for it for a second.
Oh, why?
Yes, it's like I will get revenge on insert channel here for cancelling my favorite show. Oh my goodness, you watched that show too? Yes, it's incredible, isn't it? Like, what did they do? What were they thinking? Yeah, I know, but it's such a shame. But I still have to stop you. This changes nothing.
They pull that trick a lot with Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, and it works every time.
Every time, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could you just take some sand and leave? Take some sand. You really think that, considering that everyone can teleport, the Ares would be happy by just someone taking some sand? Oh, look at me with my villainous action. A handful of sand.
They just bring him back with like an hourglass. Just like, hey, I got like a a souvenir.
Of course. I also found a new. I also have a new nursery rhyme because you're totally not a child, but you still like those. So here, I'll sing it to you. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of sand. Fine. Guess I'll have to. Oh, that was easy. Like just a request from the Blues Pops is enough. Okay.
Maybe they asked in a very nice voice.
Oh, brother. Right. Whoever you two others are. Oh, Maddie, the actual person who is Magic Pop in the Pop universe, says, "Oh, brother-in-law is an actual." But okay, fair enough. I forgot these are all actual people.
We did it!
It's fine. The actual people are an eyesore to look at, anyways.
What do you mean? I don't think Maddie's done a face reveal.
Oh, sorry. No, I was thinking of the Pop series.
Oh no, as in like, as in, I'm pretty sure this is once again our good old pal Maddie's Gacha being referenced here.
Okay, no, I meant like the glittery Power Rangers. That is the Pops.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So what you're saying is what you're saying is these Pops. Yes.
No!
This is very true.
Yeah, those.
I
ones.
love how that still works every
the ones that have spandex on their boobs.
I have had that. Well, that's superheroes in general. They have spandex everywhere.
The difference is that they don't separate it. They are literally wearing just like look at the one of them. Okay,
I
no,
guess
two
Majesty's
of them,
one like goes
three
further.
of them.
Yeah.
Three of them. Three out of the 5. My point stands. I don't care. Ignore these other 2 in the front.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Save me from this madness.
I would say that you know there's several alternatives that could have been better than that, but that'd be redundant because the evidence speaks for itself. Okay. What is with this series and its polite villains? First, it was a villain who would listen to every request, and now it's a villain who just leaves once a suggestion is made. Well, bear in mind, you know, the polite villains thing kind of makes sense here, considering that Magic Pop just said Dora the Explorer's catchphrase right after a villain goes off after being politely asked to do so. Coincidence? Probably, actually, but it's still funny. Yes, thank you so much.
Hey, Josh is here!
And that was it. We managed to save the day.
Dear Lord.
We searched for Libra and we asked her to leave. Yeah, we did it. We did it. We did it.
Oh!
Yeah.
So, okay. What's the actual timeline placement for this series? Because there's always
it's 10 years earlier than Jazz Pops.
No, but when you say that, are you talking about the events that are being read or the frame story?
Oh, the frame story is 10 years earlier, but the events that are being read have just been written down in a diary, which implies they happened fairly recently. Okay. Like within either the same day or possibly shortly after.
Okay.
Libra went away with her sand, and everything went back to normal.
They straight up just gave her an hourglass, and it has said happily ever after.
It's not even an hourglass. It's just a clump of sand. That's what I'm picturing. It's just a clump of sand in her hand, and just like, and Aries just looks at it and goes, "What is this?"
I took a piece of Egypt for you.
God.
I stole Egypt.
Oh God.
I go to Egypt. I don't shrink Egypt. I take a clump of sand. I sit on the toilet. Yes.
That.
Right.
Oh god.
Anyway, I must go and do other stuff now. Lots of love, Winter Pop from the past.
Excuse me? Sorry, what? I'm sorry. No, I have another question about the timeline. There's three. It's a 3-layer here. All right, we have the events in diary. We have the frame story being written in diary, and now I'm being told they are speaking either as or to a past pop. Past from when? To
No, as
who?
in
How?
that person is Winter Pop from the past, relative to whenever Winter Pop from the future
Why are they
reads the
talking to
entry in
their
the
past
diary.
selves? How are they talking?
No,
What?
they're talking to their future selves. The past self, it's lots of love, Winter from the past, and lots of love signed Winter from the past, not lots of love to Winter from the past.
Okay, see, my interpretation is they looked up from their diary and just said, yeah, lots of love to the past pop. Sorry, what?
Oh, what? Who was behind the camera, I presume, in this version?
Yes.
God, no.
That's the kind of faith I have in these things at this point.
By the way, this is the best summary of all time. How much did I miss? Sand. That's what you missed. That was ultimately all that happened of consequence here.
Was there a consequence?
Yes, Egypt became a little less sandy on this day. And also several market stands were toppled in the process.
Oh.
So ultimately, the villains just win overall because nothing gets solved. It's not like Miraculous Ladybug where that gets restored. No, they have to sort that out by themselves.
They just look back up at the people of Egypt and are like, okay, we solved the immediate issue. I hope you guys have a backup plan for the stands, because we don't. Have a good day, everyone.
Now that I say that, I really would love if there was one episode of Miraculous Ladybug where Marinette just completely forgets to restore Paris. And she's like, I wonder, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but nah, good night. Good night, Tiki. It's like, Marinette, do you remember? And then like the last scene of the episode is like, oh shoot, Miraculous Ladybug. It's like several hours later.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Flower Pot, I have further questions then. So Jacob is like, so if the diary, right, must be in the written recently, that's all fine and dandy, sure. But then I have to ask, if that's true, why are they like reading it as if they're like actually reminding or telling a story as like a lesson to the future them, which indicates that the story within said diary is older than like very recent.
The story, no, okay. I think I see the confusion. So because so what's happened is I'm pretty sure Winter Pop is actually saying out loud what she's writing in her diary. Because there's no pen in her hand, I'm guessing that you guessed that she was just reading out loud what Winter Pop from the past had already written. I think what's happening is that she's writing this down and it's just being verbally like explained because there's no voice acting.
That makes more sense then. Okay. You're right. I was under the impression she was just reading it.
But then again, I guess that kind of also would have worked because it means that she could have just been like, at any point in the future reading out loud what she wrote in the past. That actually technically still also works, but
sure, but I feel like that would imply that in order that the need to actually go back to old entries, I feel like implies that you need a reminder, which means it probably isn't like a yesterday thing.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, this could have actually taken place around the same time as the events of Jazz Pops, where like a season 2 where the search for the Blues Pops took place. But apparently, yeah, she's writing it. Okay. All right. Glad we clarified that. On to the pros and cons of this episode.
I would give them, but KW stole my bit.
Oh, pros sand, cons sand.
That was gonna be my entire joke, and it was just taken by the chat.
Yeah.
Well, at
over
least
the
it's
years-
not. At least it's not Jupiter dirt.
I feel like that would be infinitely more valuable, actually.
Whoa, wait a minute. Jupiter dirt. Elaborate. There is a gas
Okay,
There is
so
on Jupiter.
there was this Nickelodeon show called Henry Danger, right? And so
Okay.
there's a friend named Jasper, and
Yes.
apparently,
Okay. If Jasper said it, then it makes sense. I'm
Yeah.
aware of the show.
and he's
I
like,
do recall. Yes, I recall this episode.
Yeah,
he
it was
had been scammed. Someone on the street gave him actual sand and said, "Hey, here's Jupiter dirt." To which Jasper, being Jasper, was like, "Oh, hey Henry, look at what I got!" And everyone for the entire episode was trying to convince him before giving up that it just wasn't Jupiter dirt.
I feel like Charlotte would have thrown herself out a window at that
She
point.
tried. She was very angry at Jasper's idiocy.
Of
And,
course.
that episode was just kind of funny to me because he's like, I thought it was Jupiter, sir, but now you told me, and I learned my lesson. And then you see him still having Jupiter, sir. He's like, no one can prove that you're not from Jupiter. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a gas giant. Why do you think? What?
I feel like Captain Man could just launch him off to Jupiter to see for himself.
He probably, that sounds like something Captain Man would do before promptly remembering that Jasper dies.
It's just like, hey, did you give him a spacesuit?
No.
Yep, that's the punchline then. Yep.
Roll credits. Yes, that's the end.
We could write an episode of Henry Danger.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
This is
What?
pretty accurate to the show, yeah.
Okay, all right then. Right. So for me, I guess I can summarize things as well. My general thoughts in this episode can be summed up in two simple words. Oh, brother. All right.
This feels like if that was going to be how easy the setup would have been done, I feel like this should have been kind of like that one filler episode that just has a bunch of tiny episodes within it. You know, similar to the Tales from the Avatar episode, where it's filler, it doesn't really matter, but it's some fun time with them, I guess. Some nice 5-10 minute hijinks.
Tales from Egypt. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, Winterpop does eventually get her memory wiped. That was a thing that happened in Jazz Pops, yes. And Darius says the getting memory back thing. That's why I thought that it could have also served at that point. To watch episode 1 of Blues Pops, it makes sense.
Well, that works, but dang it, if she's writing it, then make up your mind.
And also give her a pen. That helps too.
Is she writing it or is she rereading it to get rid of her amnesia? Which one is it? Because they can't coexist.
I think the writing one does make a bit more sense just based on the fact that she has a house still at this point after being gone for 10 years. So
that's true. She probably would be evicted. Yeah.
Yeah, this would she'd just be reading it in Celeste's headquarters or something.
Okay.
She's writing it. Okay.
Or in the Grand Hotel Avalonia, whatever that was called. I think it was just called the Avalonian Hotel. Maybe I'm. It's because I was going to do a parody at one point of that song. Welcome to the Hotel Avalonia. That would make more sense. But anyway.
Okay then.
Speaking of which, I'm still coming up with characters for parody pops. I think I've got a good list for the main cast at least. I need to think of some
Yay! Let's go.
This episode, you get to see why the cat is in the intro.
So that's nice.
This episode is also called it's called Bad Luck Cat, I think it is. Right?
So that's nice. But here's what I love with intros, right? So I love it when shows will have intros, but the intro updates as the show progresses. And so you get these references. Like Ninja Turtles, for instance, did that.
And Fallen Angels.
Yeah. So I like whenever the references across the show start adding in to the theme, to the intro. That's the cool stuff. I don't like. It's okay to have like just an all around universal intro, but I think that is the cheaper way to get it.
Not going into an anime rabbit hole, but like one of the things why I don't like Back Baller now is because they keep repeating the same intro about, oh yeah, this legendary wizard king in the past defeat this demon king lord, and we're like, oh my god, we get it. Just tell us what's happening in the episode. I don't freaking care. You said it like the last 70 episodes.
Okay, I mean, so did Avatar, so did Samurai Jack, and probably several others I'm not thinking of right now.
Yeah, true.
I just happened to mention two things that heavily feature Marco for some reason, but anyway, coincidence.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I think it's just because it was just like, it's not an American show, I guess. That's why.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess that's my best excuse. Take it or leave it.
All right, fine. Okay, and yeah, the less we unpack that, the better, I think. So let me see. So Johnny is back, and yes, Our Lucky Cat is the name of the episode, and apparently it also features Leo and Cancer being hilariously dumb.
Cancer is still such an unfortunate name. That's one of the few things they could have stuck with a separate code name, man. I get the theme, but given modern context of Cancer, I feel like if we named that constellation, it wouldn't be named Cancer.
Well, yes. I mean, I feel like if we named a lot of constellations now, they wouldn't be called Castor and Pollux, would they?
Okay,
right,
no, but like those at least don't sound like the deadliest illness known to man in the current world.
Yeah, although then again, if Corona Beer could rebrand themselves, I'm pretty sure they would have done by now.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so the description of this episode says winter was about the time someone accidentally bewitched a lucky cat, and that's why it's called Unlucky Cat. All right, fair enough. In that case,
real inspired superhero name.
Well, I mean, I guess. Let's see.
No, I mean, I get cancer means crab in Latin, but that's not what people think of when you say cancer in modern day.
Yeah, there are plenty of other Latin words that do not work in modern context.
Oh, this place actually takes place in Japan. I just realized the photo in the background.
Okay. So
I saw like Japanese characters. I'm like, oh, that place is actually in Japan. Okay.
You know, I do like that they're traveling across. That's probably my favorite aspect of this so far. They're traveling across the world, because it seems that with the original Super Pops, a lot of the things that happened were very, very local, and they took place through. I mean, there was always their school, there was always the bungalow's lair, but overall, it's just kind of like one city where all of the crime seemed to actually happen. It sort of makes you wonder why people still live there, particularly of all places. It's a similar situation to Gotham. How has Gotham not been evacuated at this point? but despite that, despite be like a lot of superheroes like have this issue. Like obviously, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man has an excuse; it's in the name. But in most other situations, like of course crime and perils happen everywhere, so by all means, explore the world for a bit.
It's funny you mentioned that. Actually, the Pops at this point almost kind of remind me of Batman, at least in the comics specifically, because comic Batman, right, started out as the classic, work alone, brooding in Gotham City, yada yada yada. We all know Batman, but what hasn't been adapted in the movies is Batman Incorporated, which was basically after an arc. There's a reason, but I'm not going to that. There was a story arc where Batman came back after time-traveling shenanigans and then realized that Dick Grayson was a better Batman than him. And so he was like, you know what? You can stay Batman for a little while. I'm going to make a company, Batman Incorporated, where there would be a privatized Batman army, and there would be like Batman all across the world, right? So you'd have like a Japanese Batman, you'd have a French Batman, And so he very much went from this tiny little like Gotham City hero to there's a Batman everywhere.
That would be amazing to adapt, honestly.
Oh yeah, no. The Batman Incorporated is very like black and white with how people view it. It's either the writer makes it very bad or the writer makes it incredibly good. The fandom never really is much on it's okay. It's always either priceless in the best or worst way.
I feel like a good way to do that would be to hand off a few different members of Batman Incorporated to different writers and have them have like their own separate issues.
That'd be cool. Yeah, no,
that way people can say,
right.
oh, this part of Batman Incorporated is good, so let's keep reading this one, rather than be like, oh, the whole thing, just can it, please?
No, that's actually, yeah, no, that's smart. Yeah, because a lot of comic readers, because there's so many comics, will focus on a character at a time. And so I think to have it be not just the group of Batman Incorporated, but having it to, like we were saying, just a member of Batman Incorporated, that's probably a pretty good idea. They should probably get on it if they haven't.
Yeah. Maybe the Sunnyvale residents want to live around the Super Pops. Why? Like, I know I know that they're super famous in universe. I get that. I get the appeal. However, if I had to pick between living in the same city as Aphmau and not being trampled by a dinosaur, I would stay where I am to not get trampled by a dinosaur.
Yeah, it's kind of like Superman, right? Everyone in DC, I mean, admittedly, nowhere in DC is safe, but we're going to pretend for this case that other places are, right? Everyone loves Superman, right? He's, you know, it's in the name. He's a Superman.
Superman!
But the thing is, the reason he can do what he does is because he's invincible. You don't want that to be the reason. You don't want that to be your protector, because what that means is that the things near you need an invincible man to protect you. It's not a good idea. Metropolis is a nice city and all that, I'm sure. Maybe not when Lex Luthor's president.
Yeah, or maybe not right after a Superman battle has destroyed half of it.
Right, it's like, yeah, these heroes might be great and all, but maybe there's a reason they exist.
This is why the Miraculous Ladybug universe is weird enough one of the safest superhero canons, because they can just turn back time almost. There's also certain versions of Precure where they just all faint while the villain attack is going on and no one knows what happened, but yeah. I said check out Project Magica. Oh, well, yes, I am. I was doing that today, but then I realized I've delayed this long enough, so let's, so...
No, that's fine. I'm not gonna force you to watch it today, don't worry. The only reason why I said, oh yeah, it's coming out today, it was just like, just to let you know, just give you a heads up. And so that way, you know, like, oh, okay, good to know.
It's probably going to be. Yeah, I was going to say it might have been like the day after tomorrow, because normally after an Eli video, I immediately go to reviewing Johnny videos. Then I realized Aiden wants to do Minecraft Legends tomorrow, so yeah, that will depend.
Yeah, it's
maybe I'll do 2 streams. Maybe I'll do 2 streams tomorrow. Another one for continuing Disco Pops.
Yeah, it's a similar thing where I ended up telling Jacob like a day prior to Rip in the Dark's release that, hey, I'm releasing it soon. Things are actually like prepared now. And he's like, shoot, do I need to reschedule all my stuff? Do I need to do it today? I'm like, no, I'm not just going to drop this on. Yeah, no, it's coming out in an hour. No, it's coming out tomorrow. Chill out, man.
This has happened before. Like, particularly when Josh tells me that stuff, like, oh, hey, did you know that Johnny released Born Pops episode 7? It's like, yes, I do. I will address it in a moment. I will get to it.
Yeah, no, it's coming out in 30 minutes. Get the stream ready. No.
Yeah, the worst is when, like, you know, I think the Guardians dropped on the same, like, episode 8 dropped on the same day as Finding Shardy's old friend episode 6, both of which I promised to review as soon as they came out. So I had to pick one of them, and then Josh was like, "Hey, Shardy also posted it." It's like, I know, I got notified. I just can't do 2 streams in a day. Not at peak time anyway. Right, magic part. Here we go. The parry part. Yeah, I see you. Dear Diary, it's winter here again. From the past, just to clarify. Today we had to stop for the craziest thing I've ever dealt with.
Well, anything beats the sand monster from last episode.
What sand monster? It was the sand nothing. It was the sand. It beats the sand. Right.
It stole Egypt. I don't know what to tell you. It was a real dastardly crime.
I have officially stolen 0.0000001% of Egypt times 10 to the 34th.
Pulls out like a chalkboard to do the math and all that to see just how much of Egypt has been taken.
Yeah, it's like, when you really think about it and see all of these numbers on the board, you'll see how much of Egypt is in the palm of my hand currently. Granted, all those numbers are decimal points, but we're going to ignore that for right now.
That's like if Doofenshmirtz, right? If you're trying to explain to Perry the platypus, I'm gonna shrink the world, and proceeds to shrink like a coffee cup. And Perry just kind of like does the little chattering noise and does like a confused head tilt. And Doofenshmirtz is like, let me explain, and pulls out like a whiteboard and is like, see, part of the world also happens to include this here coffee cup. Now, if you and starts going into like a dust wind of math, and it just blasts into like a big long equation.
Yeah, all topped off by the tragic film.
Perry shrugs his shoulders, and then you just hear the music go back to playing as he starts beating up Doofenshmirtz just to stick with the schedule.
But yeah, all topped off by, of course, another one of his tragic backstories where it turns out that his father always served him adult portions and would never actually make anything kiddie-sized. And that's why he wants to make the entire world like that.
Oh, my mother skipped my birth.
That's like how?
Neither of my parents showed up. Yeah.
The logistics of the Phineas and Ferb world are so wacky, man.
Well, yeah, but remember, his like reinvention of his backstory, like there's a compilation of all of Doofenshmirtz's backstories, and they just do not add up. You know what?
No.
You want to do a complicated timeline? Do that. Do the Phineas and Ferb universe.
The Phineas and Ferb timeline.
No, yeah, Mapper should totally do that.
Include Milo Murphy's Law and Hamster and Gretel, if you really dare.
I'm sure it goes deeper than that if I really do my research.
Mm-hmm.
It's surely.
All right. Okay. Hold on. I just
Bond at Egypt.
Hey, bro, you lost a grain of sand. Talk about going against the grain, Perry the platypus.
That was actually a pretty good Doofenshmirtz.
That's diabolical.
Meanwhile, he turns his back for a second. Perry activates the shrinking ray. He shrinks the lock on this cage and then escapes that way.
Yeah. Perry the platypus.
Exactly, and then he shrinks Doofenshmirtz. It turns out that he's now the same proportion that he used to be with his coffee cup, and it triggers his PTSD.
How do you think Doofenshmirtz would react if Perry tied him up, right, put on a fedora, and then shoved him in front of a mirror?
Oh my gosh, Betty the me! I don't know. How did we bring up Doofenshmirtz? How do we bring up Doofenshmirtz twice? We're discussing Libra from Blues Pops.
Things happen on this stream when I enter them. I tell you what.
And also, can I just point out, we have managed to find a way to to write an episode of Phineas and Ferb as well as what is the other thing that we said we could
Henry
do?
Danger.
Henry Danger. Henry Danger and Phineas and Ferb. So yeah, we can just be on the board for those. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Dan Povenmire get in contact with us.
Disney and Nick are gonna have to fight with tooth and nail to see who gets us.
Oh, I would 100% pick Dan Povenmire over the other Dan in charge of Henry Danger.
Over the mouse.
No, Dan Povenmire was the mouse.
Sorry, yeah, no, the mouse is with Dan.
Yes, the other Dan.
Well, other way around.
That particular Nickelodeon universe.
You get paid in feet pics.
Okay.
Oh god.
I mean, that would be what. Okay. I feel like it works the other way around, but anyway.
No, I mean like not.
Oh, he values that as in like he values that for himself. So things that other people will. I get that. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
You get a text, hey, the check should have come in the mail. He checked the mail. It's just a bunch of like pictures.
I would love to point out now that this image here of a platypus plumber makes me think what would happen if Perry just put on a Mario hat.
I was thinking of Mario with the fedora. The Perry star.
No, this is if Mario and Perry the platypus swapped places.
It's the next biggest thing. It's the world awaited rival to like the Timmy Jimmy Power Hour.
Yeah.
Why is Johnny upset if someone picked Bishop for Dancing with the Stars? Like you made the poll. What did you expect?
If you didn't want Bishop to win, write it so that Bishop doesn't win. If it's that much of an issue. Anyway, so this hopefully will be the last time we have to stop something like this. Well, you're halfway through the season, so no.
Hey, Majesty, what's the problem?
Ladies, do not be alarmed by this. This is an emergency of higher than sand proportions. I repeat, higher than sand proportions. But I've heard reports from Celeste that there is trouble in Chinatown. Oh, not Japan, apparently.
What?
Methinks that Eli might have selected the wrong backgrounds, but we'll see.
I think they did because I saw some kanji.
Or maybe, well, I mean, there's several Chinatowns. Maybe it's the Chinatown inside of Japan.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Oh, well, that isn't too alarming. Trouble happens a lot, and we have to fix
poor
it.
Bod, giving up on the sync counter. That's sad. It's okay. It's okay, Bod.
Oh, yeah, see, yeah, we got plenty of funnies, absolutely.
Oh, well, that isn't too alarming. Trouble happens a lot, and we have to fix it.
Do you have a favorite blues pop?
What? How can you ask me that when I'm just starting to understand pops? Like,
They
what?
haven't. Okay, yeah, the thing is that the blues pops themselves haven't really done anything individually to set themselves apart in the last episode that KW's seen. Other than Magic Pop saying, "Oh, brother," I don't think there's anything that really stands out for. Well, apart from Winter Pop writing in the diary, but I don't know. If that's relatable, then maybe, but there. Do I even know who Bishop Briggs is? Not the point I was getting at. No, but also, if you don't want Bishop Briggs to win, don't put Bishop Briggs in the poll. That's all I can say. That was what I was getting at. Pops be like, eat, sleep, save the world, write in diary, repeat. We've all got our routines. My routine, I guess, would be sleep, edit, stream, then eat, and repeat.
Mine is just
right.
Wake up at 8, chill on YouTube or Discord, then 10, get up and eat breakfast, and then do whatever. And
I will also say, to be fair, it is possible to make a good thing and still keep the same formula. Again, Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, true. Facts.
literally the same formula every time.
Yeah,
and it is a fan favorite.
exactly.
Or the Thundermans. I honestly think the Thundermans are better than Henry Danger, hands down.
Honestly, me too.
I love the Thundermans so much, and I actually been rewatching the whole entire series because there's a movie coming out. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
I like both. I am a Henry Danger fan though.
I think it's just because
Thundermans.
I think it's just because the jokes gross me out a lot, like with the feet and such. So it's just like.
Well, okay, I say I'm a Henry Danger
those.
fan. I don't like Henry Danger's spin-off. There's that one show
about Danger Force.
Danger Force. Danger Force sucks.
Really? Have you actually watched the show?
Yeah, I watched the first season while it was going, and I just didn't enjoy it. I don't know if it went past the season or not.
Yeah,
all I know is I didn't come back for it.
Yeah, see, actually, while I'm here at my nan's house, my nan has cable, which means that I'm actually able to see access the channel of Nickelodeon in the first place. So it's like, oh hey, that's how I was introduced to the Thundermans, because that was way past the time I was watching Nickelodeon normally. Or if not even then, I never actually watched Nickelodeon normally because Nickelodeon was not a channel on Spanish TV. They licensed out a couple of their shows to Clan, which is kind of like the BBC equivalent, well, in that same package, but the one for kids. So there's some of them that got there. So when people have asked me why I didn't watch Avatar: The Last Airbender until 2018, that's the reason. And I had to find that for myself.
Yeah.
Anyway,
by the way, the quick answer to the question, what did I think of the FNAF trailer? Pretty good. I think the eyes are too big.
The eyes are too big.
Yeah, at first I thought I didn't like the red eyes on the animatronics, but then I saw the edit where they change it to the black eyes, and I realized the issue for me is not the color; it's the fact that the eyes are just fat.
Maybe they were doing that as an homage to all the Gacha tubers who make content.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I personally like
if they put Clara in there, then then that's the homage.
Oh my god, this is Amanda's Will Amth's wife as Clara, and it's called like, that's been confirmed. Clara is Will Amth's wife, Baby Butter.
I actually, you know what? If I found out that Clara Ashton was a character in the movie, I would actually go and see it. That's the only reason I would, because I love the idea of supporting a troll of that magnitude.
God, man. It would be insane if in this godforsaken movie they just dropped the name Clara. I may just walk out of the theater right then and there.
I would love to be there in the theater to see how people will just rage the screen or walk out.
Yeah.
For me, it's either Clara or the name Chris. If I see any of those names in the movie, I'm just walking out no, why? No, just no,
Yeah.
No. Michael just goes, Evan? Who's Evan? Never heard of him before.
But Vaughn, it's not that there's no pleasing me. The trailer looks great. It's just that I think the eyes. It's just that I think the eyes are fat. Because if you look at the trailer's eyes and you look at the actual FNAF 1 game models, there's a space between the eye sockets and the eyes themselves. There's a difference between them. It looks like the eyes are within this little void, and I'm not used to seeing them be part of. It's because they're real animatronics that they built for these things, so they have to obey the laws of physics. That's the only reason. And it just looks funky.
What do you mean you can't scoop children in real life?
I feel like they're going to use a little bit of CGI for some things for the movie, but I don't think they're going to use it for the animatronics, are they?
No, the animatronics themselves were actually built. Those are real animatronics.
Which is I love Jim Henson's Creature Shop. They're puppets and robots and such are incredible, so I'm glad they decided to use them. Yeah,
that's just what happens whenever you get Jim Henson's company on the team.
That's an amazing I don't know much about FNAF, but I know about Jim Henson.
Yeah, they got Jim Henson's company to get the animatronics made.
The fan named Clara comes from the soap opera The Immortal.
Yeah, we know. You've said it before, Bon. We know.
Oh well, that isn't too.
Yeah. I accidentally scrolled back. So
yeah, I just realized I'm oh yeah, he scrolled back.
Yeah, No, that's not the part I meant. Is that the trouble is what I don't want you to be alarmed at.
Oh? Well, what is it then?
The trouble is a giant lucky cat is bouncing around the streets giving people bad luck.
How does the lucky cat give everyone bad luck?
Maybe
Because
someone
it's supposed to give you good luck, so it's being cursed to do the opposite and also have life.
Ooh. Okay.
Did you just say a giant lucky cat?
It's not really the weirdest thing they've heard. Yes, you heard me correctly.
Yeah, it's not fitting with their theme though. That's not in relation to the constellations. That's a what you make. There's a term for it. It's the same term you use for like thinking that stepping on a crack breaks your mother's back or whatever.
Superstition.
Superstition. Yeah, we need a superstitions pop to face this one.
It steals all the
God, no.
luck to make the cat lucky.
It just sucks out all the luck from the world.
Well, see, that's actually kind of cool though. I could see that.
All right, well let's see it then. Who are the villains behind this? I'm
The
not
giant
sure.
cat. I thought
I'm
that was
hoping
what we
it's
just
one of-
established.
I'm hoping it's one of the 12 villains we introduced, and we have only 5 more episodes to explore them. So
Plot
Yeah.
twist, it's not, and then
What?
and then the pops are like, "Is this a crossover episode?"
there's bound to, I was gonna say there was bound to be one, but yeah, the timeline doesn't make sense for the crossover in this case. Anyway, well then, I guess we'll find out. Good luck, ladies. May destiny be on your side. Yep.
Blah 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 blah. We get it.
This does feel very similar to how Disco Pops had the same opening for season 1 a lot of the time, except in this case it's a double repetition because we have Winter with her diary and then the scene goes into, once again, Majesty giving off their next briefing. Oh well.
Sorry if I keep getting tired and miss a chunk of the stream because of it, guys. Why are you tired then? Like, get some sleep if you're tired, like, or at least like take a nap or just close your eyes and rest if you're like super tired.
Yeah, I mean, I do understand though because I feel like I haven't recovered, I haven't rested yet from the thing from a couple of days ago. I haven't fully recovered from that, so I just read this as they're all kind of hot by accident. So you know, it comes and goes.
Well, are they?
Not according to me, no, but like anyway, on the ratios, randomly changes in the okay. Oh, I see. Right, the aspect ratio. Okay, I'll be aware of that.
Well, this must be the place.
Where is that lucky cat? Oh,
used to
it's
be.
right over there.
That is true, and here it is.
You see there?
Okay, this is where the music should have changed. Like that music
Yeah.
works for the opening, and here this either needs to have some like horrifying music because this is an abomination just crossing down the street, or play it up for comedy or something. Just be like, really, this is the episode. Well, I guess I have to stop it somehow. Anyone got a plan?
Maybe we change it after and then winter freezes so it doesn't move?
That might work. If it doesn't, then Snap could levitate it and then smash it.
Moments
is
of
true.
searching later.
That is true. Smash is canonically a toddler, so yes, breaking things is very much in line with her. Oh yeah, did I not mention this plot hole to you, KW? So Snap Pop was
Okay.
Snap Pop features in I think it was oh no, it wasn't Jasper. It was the Disco Pops. So was a character for that. Like all the blues pops have formed part of different pop groups in the past, I'm pretty sure, as well as the one that came from here. But because the diary is from 10 years ago, when you look at the show Disco Pops, you realize that the Disco Pops themselves are in high school, which means that 10 years earlier.
Oh yeah, I remember this now. Yeah, okay, yeah, I forgot.
I will never tire of reminding people of that.
Oh
Snapchat is
god,
2.
oh dear Lord, heavens me, why? That's why. Explain.
This would never happen in the Butterverse. Right. Moments of searching later. You saw it around here? What do you mean searching? It was right there. How do you lose a giant cat?
Yeah, at least I'm pretty sure. How sure is pretty sure? I'm not sure, but I do think I saw it
That's
around
the kind
here.
of question that I ask. How sure is pretty sure?
Yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an emergency appointment with my optician. Don't ask why.
It's alright, Jacob. Jacob can vouch. Whenever we're writing scripts together, I'll ask for specification on things quite a bit.
All right.
Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, I'm thinking of that stupid cat piano.
Oh,
Oh dear. Okay.
I forgot that was a thing.
There's plenty of meowing in the chat going on now. Good grief. Okay.
That's this episode's thing.
The last one was sand. I've already had people spam sand on a video of mine. I need a second one, please.
Senor Sand. If we chant
actually,
sand,
it
do you
wasn't.
think it'll summon Senor Sand?
Okay, actually, it wasn't a Senor Sand video where people spammed the word sand. It was surprisingly enough. Remember that one diss track I showed you that I made on Leon Takshina? It was that video. For some reason, people just started commenting sand on that one, and I do not understand why to this day. So how old would Jen be in Blues Pops? Oh, don't tell me another one is a toddler.
Oh,
Majesty, what have you done?
You know, all I'm saying is maybe that, it's the smartest choice, really. They're just so disposable.
You look like the age of gullible. Would you like to become a superhero? And the answer is young. Okay. Oh, Jen is Snap Pop. Yeah, exactly. So Jen in this case is a toddler. Because you start high school at like 14. So again, she's max 4 at this point. Or maybe no, she's minimum 4. I guess she could be. If I think about it that way, I guess. Wait, no, hold on. Didn't someone say that the Disco Pops were like 12 or 13 or something? That's why I kept on saying 2 for her.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Why are you guys breaking Jacob? Jacob doesn't need this.
This is just my life with Gacha Review. Anyway, I think I saw it around here. Funny how Jen appears in all 3 series. Yes, and really should not appear in all. It depends how she's in the Disco Pops. She's in high school in the Disco Pops. That's what I'm saying. That's why she's a toddler here. All right. Oh, look, there's Leo and Katza. Hooray. Do you think they had something to do with it? Maybe. Let's go find out. I mean, they decided to hang out randomly while this happens, so... Unless they want to see the carnage, maybe. Except there's no carnage. They seem very,
doing the conga
very
line.
overjoyed.
The conga line. Oh, yes, we're doing the conga line. The conga line.
How old in high school? Oh, that you'd have to ask Johnny about. Because that's Johnny's territory. And here we go. What are you doing here, pups? Oh, wait, you're going to do that voice? Okay, yeah, that voice is funny. Go ahead.
Wait, what? Okay, sure. What are you doing here, pups?
we are 18 currently. Okay, so you're 18 currently. Disco Pop started at least 2 years ago, which means you would have been 16 at that point. Therefore, 10 years before that, Gen/Snap Pop is 6. Okay, glad we clarified. Okay, what are you doing here? Yeah. There's been a lucky cat that's been jumping around the place, and we're going to stop it. We had it in front of us, but we decided to lose it for some reason. Did you have anything to do with it? What? No.
Maybe.
Maybe they are from Dingo Pictures. Anyway.
Wait a second. Did you guys read Joshua's message up here?
I mean, I see his latest one. I don't know
Yeah.
what's up here.
I don't think cancer's contagious, man. I don't think you sneeze.
No, it actually, yeah, it actually is not. Right.
Unless you want to count genetic.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I think that might be a yes. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, wrong one. Okay, you're right.
We were just exploring together, just as we do. And then we saw this lucky cat on the ground with a spell on his tag.
Oh, wait, that's right. I forgot. Cancer did say that. I'm cancer, not the disease. Like, he actually has to clarify that.
Not the disease.
Yeah, he actually did. Yeah. Oh, wait, not he did. Yeah, she actually had to say, because Leo's that one. Yeah, so Cancer actually did have to say that.
It's fair.
In
At
the
least
first
there's some
episode.
self-awareness.
Yeah, but also, like, can you imagine, like, just this is the image, like, when you've like been named something not by yourself, and you have to constantly clarify that to people.
No, it should. Midway through the series, they're like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this.
So done.
Call me Agent C, okay? I'm done.
Yeah, actually, yeah, there was. I remember that I once met this radio DJ, and his name was Carl Stiles, and so he was constantly telling people, no relation or anything to Harry. Obviously, it's not even spelt the same way. So it does. Some people just unfortunate, and people more so than others. Like if your name is Cancer. Okay. So does anyone want me to change the age so that Jen could be a bit older? I mean, it's
already been said in universe.
I mean, it's less funny if you do, and also, hold on, if you change Jen's age, that means that then she has been stuck in high school for 10 years.
Right.
That's on the same.
They held back. It's like Peter Parker, except he just didn't care about school.
Oh God. Okay.
It's just a 50-year-old man in math class.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Alright, and then
Guys,
we saw this.
I have to go save the world. Tell my GPA I'm sorry.
Just okay. Apologize to your grade points average. Okay.
What?
Stares at a piece of paper. I'm sorry. Okay, I failed you.
Let's go save the world. I'll see you again next year.
The paper like falls in slow motion while piano music plays.
Oh God.
Okay, she should stay the same age. Yeah, she could be 6 here. Why not?
Was the age said in universe?
No, but they're in high school.
Oh, it's okay.
We've seen the school that they go to.
Well, I mean, it would require some damage control, but it's not unfixable technically.
Okay.
I mean, has it been established that time has passed much? Because technically, you can start just merging things. You can start just adding these into the same year, I guess.
No, because it's been established that 10 years went past since the blues pops got shipwrecked and separated, and then joined other. Some of them joined other pops. Some of them have been marooned. They've moved on with their lives. So yes, it definitely needs to go this way. Okay, the creators confirmed it's funnier this way. Gen is 6. Moving on.
Okay, sure.
Yes! Look!
I think you mean. Right. Is that what I think it is? A lucky cat?
You can tell by the way it looks.
You know, this is a missed opportunity here. Like you were literally in Chinatown before. Of all the places to find lucky cats and have it be completely expected, but you choose to have one on the ground in what looks like is a cave or the bottom of a cliff.
Also, if it's a lucky cat, why isn't it black?
I don't know. I mean,
'Cause-
maybe someone like threw it off the cliff and it was lucky not to get broken. I don't know about the not being black parts.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like it's like I get the cliche. Oh, black cats are unlucky, but that's only if you look in very specific cultures. There's other cultures that say the exact opposite.
I think I have seen white lucky cats before in
Is that a thing?
Chinatowns. Yes, that's probably why this model exists. Because this is not from Gacha, I'll tell you that much.
They just, I could tell. They just look up lucky cat on Google and just grab like the first image.
Actually, I'm going to do that right now. Let's see.
Oh no.
Lucky cat.
Oh my god, baby butter, why?
Lucky Cat by Gordon Ramsay, Asian-inspired cuisine. Okay, moving to Google Images.
What?
Yeah, it's probably good idea.
Ramsey?
Okay, so the first.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is not the same one, but the first one is white. The second one is black, and then a lot of the other ones are gold, actually. And then another one is, I think, another one, if I move over, looks like, oh no. Okay, BB, I need to send you this thing on the.
Can you not
what?
show this one on stream?
I can, but well,
Kidding. Are we about to get a strike if we show it?
no, it's not. We're not going to get a strike or anything. I just need to accept some. Oh my goodness, to accept Amazon cookies to get to pass the link over. Okay.
Oh,
Why?
I'm looking at the group chat.
This thing is horrifying. Okay, so it's that in the restream. It is
okay.
what looks to be a very
Oh god!
and-
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Oh no!
No!
and that comes up under lucky cats apparently.
I don't feel like I've been blessed.
Oh god!
If I hover over it, Amazon enhances the image for me. I don't need that.
Right, it's just I feel like I'm being looked at and looked away from at the exact same time.
So, are
His
there any
mouth,
fans-
the whisker area, it looks like a it looks like a twisted piece of bread.
So, if people don't. So, for context, this is an image of Garfield, but not an official Garfield, or at least it's a
No,
very
this looks
poorly
official
made.
to me. I mean,
It looks like a very poorly made official Garfield, if anything.
He's something. Oh god, look at the second one. It looks like he has a kid. Look at the second image.
Oh no! I just pressed the button on Restream, and now it's going into not responding mode, so I can't import the image.
Oh no!
It doesn't want it to be seen. It doesn't.
Look at the second image.
Do I
I'll
want
look-
to? Do I?
I will look as soon as my screen responds again.
Oh
Because it seems like
god!
Restream itself does not want me to show this on here. Needless to say, this is not what a lucky cat looks like.
No,
So this is
the last image. The
The
last
second-
image is terrifying.
take a look at the second to last image. It's like they're doing family bonding.
We're doing the conga.
I don't know. You'll see whenever you click the image.
I saw the second image. I'm looking at the last image.
No, I said the second to last image as well. Both the second and second to last are priceless.
The second to the last one.
Yeah.
Oh no! No!
Okay, so it seems to have loaded. This is what appears. This is.
Now show the second to last one and the second
You
one.
look so
Both
sad.
of those.
Okay, I don't know if it's gonna let me import them because it was already. Oh, and I click on the Amazon tab, and my screen just goes black.
Oh, no.
It does not want me to show this.
Yeah. You have to.
It really. There's two of them.
Check out, you saw the second one, right? Yeah, look at the second to last one as well. They're doing like family bonding.
This is. I mean, they're holding hands, but other than that, they're staring off into the distance.
I know, it's just the same thing that the first one was doing.
Son, everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Why?
What do you mean, everything the light touches? Where are you looking, Dad? Oh, no!
Why? Why?
Okay,
Who puppeteer said Garfield really let himself go?
yeah,
Why?
already did. Okay, so if you're curious, here is the Amazon link. If anyone wants to get very
Don't worry, everyone wants to see it, guys. Just click the link. You'll love it.
Trust us.
I'll let
I never even bothered to see how much it is. How much? Oh, it's not even that pricey. I need the collection. I need this. I'm sending this to Shorty too. I'm sending this one to Shorty.
the thing is, Shorty's gonna unironically want one or gonna be really repelled by it. There's no in between.
Or both. I want it. I need it.
Why do you want it?
Why wouldn't I look at it?
That's gonna be shown off in a future video, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. You know what? How many of them are in stock? Let's. I really wanted like.
Oh, and they're at a
Animal
whole
feed,
6% discount. Oh, and a 5%
Ooh.
discount. What a steal!
Okay. You can buy it with a plush Banana Man toy that looks really traumatized.
Oh, wait.
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Products related to this
No.
item. Banana Man plush. Weird Banana Man toy. With a magnet. Ooh. Oh, and they even dance.
Oh my goodness.
They dance from the looks of it.
Okay, in stock you can buy up to 30 of these. Not that I recommend that to anyone. If you're gonna buy one of them. Don't buy 30. It just, I guess that means that there's plenty more available. I guess.
So yeah.
Why?
Get them now while stocks last. I guess.
You have to.
I think
Blues Pops. Let's watch some Blues Pops.
Yes!
Really nice, non-traumatizing Blues Pops.
I need both the 30 and 45 inch.
Suddenly, that Lucky Cat is looking a little less terrifying than before.
Yeah.
So glad we went on that adventure together. Does that mean we're going to win all our missions together? When you wish upon a cat, it eats.
No, no! Why?
I'm keeping that one. That's going next to the pops.
No!
Right.
Yay! 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 Yay!
You know, I appreciate the effort gone into I can't move the image. Oh no, I didn't mean to click it again. No, sorry, that's not what I meant to do.
Why?
Oh, that's today's thumbnail, by the way. Look at me on the pyramid. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. No. So what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying now. I forgot my point. Oh, the jumping. I appreciate the fact that all of the poses required to change and make that jump feel like a little more natural. I can understand why it was as slow as it was, just because of all the images. But yeah, definitely a huge step in the right direction there for all your jumping needs, I suppose.
For all your jumping needs, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Imagine replacing the white cap with that Garfield picture.
No!
Yeah,
need it.
yeah, Eli, yeah, have that come in next to, on the intro.
Next,
Have that like bounce towards you.
Jacob. Next thumbnail for Blue Pops. Can you just shove Garfield in there? That specific Garfield.
If I remember to, then yes. Okay, I shall go and pick it up for you, milady. What?
Oh, thank you. This is so cool. Meh.
You're such a gentleman. Anything for... Oh, okay, right. They actually... Okay, that I see is what he was going for. All right. Again, I was kidding, but oh well. We found a lucky cat. Garfield is going to haunt my nightmare.
He's you.
Don't look up the the haunted John Arbuckle comics then. All right. It's so beautiful. Well, given what's out there, yes, it is. Just like you.
Oh no, green eyes.
Oh, thank you.
Green eyes, ears, and a tail. Although the human ear is being obscured. That's a good sign too.
Oh god, wait, now that you mention it, he actually does kind of resemble Ian. Wait.
Okay, kind of, but you know, cat. Anyway, well, it says something on the tag.
Its name is Lucky Cat.
You're right. You're.
Lucky cat, lucky cat. It's bad luck.
We don't know why it's called Lucky Cat if it's bad luck, but that's the name they gave it, so we're gonna roll with the punches. It's like a spell. Maybe it increases the luck of the people who find it.
Oh, I bet it does.
Unfortunately, it's written in Japanese characters from a Chinese shop.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm sure that's what every movie ever has taught me. Yeah, if you take something that's been rumored to involve good luck, I'm sure you will then also get that good luck once you steal it. Surely.
Or just find it on the ground where someone clearly tried to get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm sure this isn't a monkey's paw situation. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think
A Friends quote from the dark. Oh.
I like Friends, but I really don't like how they ended it. Like Ross and Rachel shouldn't be together. I am sorry for those shippers out there. I hate them.
Dude, here's the thing. Yeah, if you want to talk about healthy relationships, none of them should have been around each other. But it was so funny that I can just ignore it.
I feel like the case with I was gonna say a case with Friends. The case with like the Friends as a concept, not the Friends the show. I mean, the case of like human friends, is that there's certain people who, if they weren't best friends, they would destroy each other. I feel like that kind of embodies them, and also Raymond and Julius. Yeah. But that's another story.
They're all just sort of terrible people, though. But it's also just the entire point of comedy.
I mean, that sounds like you're describing It's Always Sunny, but yes. I shall cast a spell on it now.
I'm being averse to series with spoilers.
Fortuna Malus Fully. Okay. So my Latin is not the best, but however, I'm pretty sure the word fortuna is luck. The word malus is bad. The word feline is cat.
Yeah, I get
Pretty
the
sure that is
feeling
literally
malice
bad
might
luck
be the root
cat.
word for a very similarly worded, phonetically. Anyways, malice.
It
That sounds
literally
what it looks like.
translates to bad luck cat.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. So
Oh,
is this what you meant by Leo and Cancer being incredibly dumb? Because yes.
so it is just a monkey's paw situation. Okay.
I mean, I don't know about that. It's more like a monkey's brain in this situation.
Speaking of brain, did he just like put his energy into it or something? What did I just see come from his head?
Part of his monkey's brain.
Is that his brain going in?
Wow, I think the spell brought it to life. I
Wasn't
didn't
already-
just drop it on the floor or anything. It definitely sprung from my hand. We can have a pet lucky cat.
Oh,
This
it
is-
grew.
This is the opening. This is what happens. This is like the opening of an old Smosh sketch.
Hey, by
Like,
the way, which species?
we can have a pet lucky cat. Yeah, yeah. Da
Yeah.
da da. My
What's-
pet lucky cat.
Yeah, what species is he exactly? By the way, is he part cat?
Well, his name's Leo, so I'm guessing he's named after the lion.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird how he wants a part of the feline family as a pet. Then
It's growing.
A little bit, yeah. Uh-oh.
Is it just
God.
me? Or is it
oh my god, do
Gromit?
you think Morwenna has like a kinship to lizards? Imagine she goes to a pet store and is like just best friends with the bearded dragons.
Oh my god, why? Spider!
Imagine.
I'm at least glad that you acknowledge that those exist, because Aiden has complained to me before about the use of dragon tail.
No,
in-
I think claiming it as a dragon tail is really stupid. I get don't get me wrong. That is absolutely what it resembles. I get why, but dragons don't exist in our world. But let's be honest, that is what a lizard is. A lizard is just a tiny dragon. That
You
and
just
birds.
You just referenced bearded dragons, and also the Komodo dragon is an actual thing. So, if you have a big enough lizard, by the way we classify animals today, it would be therefore a dragon.
Well,
That
sure, but
tail's
it's
pretty
not
big.
like a mythological dragon in the way that we think.
I never claimed it to be. It's just me, or
But
is
nah,
it
man,
growing? It's just me, or is it growing? She says while it's the same size as her. I feel like it's not just you, Cancer.
It's Alice in Wonderland syndrome.
Just
Did
the
it just
perception of
jump away?
Yes, because it can't move its legs.
It's a kangaroo.
Remember, if there was that scene earlier where they just bounced towards you? Oh dear, that was not supposed to. What? That's not what was supposed to happen. You literally do not know what the spell did, and neither of you can speak Latin, obviously. So this could be what was supposed to happen.
Right.
Quick, let's run before anyone sees us and the lucky cat. To
I
be
think
fair,
people will see the lucky cat. I don't think
a
you can
typical-
hide that.
Yeah, and also, I don't think you have to worry about anyone seeing you. You're in the middle of nowhere at the bottom of a cliff or in a cave. So yeah, we may have sort of been involved. Do you know how to stop it?
The answer
Would
better
they be
no.
here? Would they be here right now if they knew how to stop? Actually, maybe they would, because they're villains. No, we just said the spell and it went bonkers. Why are they so buddy-buddy with all of their antagonists in this show? That feels like a trend for some reason. Right. What do you think was supposed to happen? They were supposed to bring good luck.
Plot twist: the villains are not actually like villains because they're out to get the pops. They're just villains because they
They're idiots.
actively inconvenience the pops' day-to-day life. They just actively cause the pops to go to places to solve things really quickly, and it's just annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, except for I guess Libra in that one episode, but then again, that was solved by just asking her to take some sand rather than items from markets.
Exactly. That's probably what she wanted the entire time.
She just needed an excuse, like, well, I mean, I didn't want to just take some of this sweet, delicious sand, but since you suggested it, I guess I have no choice. Oh dear.
She just runs away really quickly, and the pops turn around and in Judah and them, they're like, "Thanks for saving the day, pops," and the pops just kind of groan.
You know, that's actually another thing that could be done for a superhero world where everyone is like really caricature comic book characters except for superhero who's just down to earth and incredibly self-aware. Just like, the town is saved. I literally just showed up here. Hooray for Man or something. I don't know.
Man. I'm stealing that.
What? Josh, I'm so confused. What do you mean lower my voice? What?
Don't question why the villains could be starting to be buddy. It's not even sometimes. It's just like politeness is their weakness.
It's the majority.
And then also the one time they actually cause destruction, they decide to tell the pops about it and presumably going to help them stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Is this not what you wanted to do?
Nani?
Bear in mind, this is the same villain team that's supposed to manage to put them all on a boat and ship them out in 10 years' time. I don't see them being capable of doing that right now, and there's 12 of them. How is going to do it yet? Well, even if you love any form of cat, maybe you don't pick up one in a creepy place. Like a cave or a cliff. That's a big red flag for those being dangerous or evil.
Or even supernatural, if you believe in the world of supernatural.
I mean, even if you did pick up the cat, nothing would have happened if they hadn't read out that spell that's translated to bad luck cat.
Dude, I think here's the thing, right? You can have a belief in supernatural stuff in the real world. In a world in which you can say these things and you watch that cat grow a couple feet, I think it's beyond just a belief.
Right.
I think you know about it then.
Is this kind of like the time that Caitlyn said magic wasn't real in Liongate?
Yes.
It's like, I mean, you know, there's certain worlds where you can say something like that, and then there's other worlds where it's like, is it a belief or is it just a part of the world?
Kato, you were doing cancer voice too loud. That's why I said lawyer. What?
I saw a video today actually that was about like in a fantasy world, if someone doesn't believe in magic, where someone's on the ground and needs a healer, so a healer comes up and was like, and the person's like, no thanks, you know, I don't really believe in magic. It's like, what, you mean the thing you can see in my hand right now? Yeah, it's just not for me, you know. It's like, oh, so you're a healer, right? Okay, name all healing spells.
It's like, and even then, I will say that specific situation, it would be even dumber because it's the idea that someone's on the ground dying, and then there's any trace of ideas that they might be able to get healed, and they just say no.
I feel like it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be a spoof on vaccines. So potentially,
I guess it's because it's like if you're in the process of dying and if someone came over and said, hey, I'll lick you and you'll feel good, you're like, you're probably lying right now, but I'm dying in 5 seconds anyway, so sure, have a go at it. Like,
yeah, just try something. And then it turns out that.
Well, you've ruined my day.
Your day was ruined by the prospect that you've managed to mess up and actually do something evil by accident. Would you rather have done that on purpose, or you rather saying that you would not have had this happen? And therefore, honestly, I feel like, okay, here's my theory. None of these people are actually evil except for Ares. Ares is the one who has the tantrums and gets them to do whatever he wants, and they just go along with it. They're not evil, they're enablers.
Can we have that as a quote this stream? We're not evil, we're just enablers.
Oh my. Well, you've ruined my maybe I'm not going to confirm this or not, but that I'm considering that now for the main premise of parody pops, that none of the villains actually really want to be doing what they do. Anyway, we're about to be the luckiest. Oh, sorry, your character. Go on, KW.
We were about to be the luckiest people in the universe, and you ruined it.
How were they about to be luckiest? They already weren't the luckiest by the time the spell was done. You're just being informed about it. So even if they hadn't come over, you still would have not been the luckiest. Like, what are you talking about? Us, we're trying to stop it destroying things. You're the ones who cast a spell on it and started this. Yeah, what are you, some kind of villain? Oh, wait.
We didn't realize what it would do, though.
Just take the credits, you're antagonists!
True, but you did start it.
The 2-year-old, the 6-year-old is making more sense than you right now.
Right. No, but you didn't start it, man. If you weren't a grill, this never would have happened, man.
That doesn't... Your motivation did not mention the Blues Pops at any moment before. It just said, let's make this thing and have good luck forever. It's no point you said, oh, if it weren't for those pesky Blues Pops, because if it weren't for them, you still wouldn't have been doing anything at all, apparently. Also, we didn't start the magic. It's been always growing and the crowd is mowing. There we go.
Also, the other question I have is, in an alternate world, right, where this episode still had to happen, if this went the way they expected, would the Pops have just shown up to beat up a couple people who just wanted to be lucky? Like I don't know if they were like, what would have happened here?
Chaos.
Did you know that, Daft Punk were almost arrested for their song Get Lucky? Right. We're up all night in a jail cell. It still could without us. Yep. Yes, it could. Correct.
Whatever. You ruined my day. I should be back to get my revenge. Meow.
I feel like she's just making an excuse now. You came up and casually conversed to me. I will have my revenge.
Oh, brother.
Oh. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, we have the canon ages of the Disco Pops now. Let me just scroll back up to see.
For like the past?
No, I think for the present right now. So this is the canon ages. So Kim, Jen, and Molly are 18, Jessica is 13, Amy is 14, and Courtney is 16. All right, there we go.
Okay, then.
That does make sense as to why some of them weren't in the first ones if they weren't in the same grades. That does check out. Okay. And it also means that Majesty just has a habit of just hiring younger Pops every time, apparently. Okay. What's Jen's favorite pop group? out of the three she was a part of. And then Eli says, I don't really have a favorite, implying that Eli is also Jen. What? I don't know.
Great, quickly. Sorry, I was yawning right there. I'm sorry.
Well, we better get going if we want to catch that lucky cat.
Battle?
Please. We're just standing around wasting time. Oh, now you noticed. Good point. Let's go find it. There it is. Also, Celeste could just teleport them to the cat like it did last time. That's literally how they found it the first time. Okay, I will freeze it now. Oh, we're doing that plan. Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
That is a nicer frozen effect, actually.
Yeah. Now I shall smash. Oh, go. You go ahead.
Now I shall smash it in case the ice melts off and it jumps around again. I mean, it survived the fall of a cliff, so be careful. But also, we don't need to announce the attacks, just do the attacks. We get the idea. Show, don't tell, please.
Wow, that's
telekinetic child. We did
it! Woohoo! Yay! Let's go!
That's literally what he said last time.
And that's that.
Two of us did not need to be there.
And that was that, and we got rid of like a cat, and everything went back to normal. Yay!
I mean, no, it didn't. Several people were trampled, but you was gonna ignore that, I guess. Let the hospitals cover that one.
Hopefully, we don't see any more giant bouncy lucky cats for a very long time.
Depending on how bad the luck was that some people were given, if there was anyone working on electrical equipment during that time or something along those lines, they're not okay. If a cat passed them. But anyway, I must go to other. Is this like the outro of like every single diary entry? It's just like
probably, yeah.
I must go do other things now. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, diary.
Wow.
We'll see you next time. Lots of love, Winter Pop from the past.
Alright. I think I reset my pros. Like the freezing animation was good, and like the smash editing was pretty good. What cons are trying to think of a con. I have cons, but I want to pick only one.
Okay.
I guess my con is that
I feel like your Eggman from Sonic X is like, I don't know what to choose. Let the machine decide.
Right. I think my con is that oh god, I think it's just because it got me confused. Like they said they're going to Chinatown when I seen like characteristics of the letters of Japanese, because I've been studying Japanese for a while now, so I'm just like got so confused. Sure, like I think they meant like Chinatown in Japan, but I feel like it could have like explained a bit more. Like, did he actually mean like Chinatown in China or like in Japan? Because like that did not look like Chinatown to me.
This is like Pokemon Bridged, where they keep some American references in there, but they also remind people that they're supposed to be in Japan constantly, so they call it Japan English. But there's also just literally a character who's called Texas. He's like, "Hi, my name's Texas. I'm from Texas. Where's that? Japan."
You didn't realize that was Japanese? Oh god.
Well, there you go. That
You don't. Oh god. Why did
you don't know what the difference between Chinese characters and Japanese characters? What?
Exactly.
What an idiot!
I'm not gonna call them idiot, but I feel like
what are you, illiterate?
But I feel like you should know between the two. Like if you like study just a little bit, just make sure you get it right.
You mean you don't know the difference between hiragana, katakana, and kanji? What have you been studying at school?
Like, oh my god.
Do you even pay attention?
Nutty. Ah!
Nani correct, dude. I don't know why I'm saying that voice now. I want to make that. I want to make that a character now. Just an otaku dude, bro.
God. You didn't even mention there were words there, really? What? I look at the crowd going like, oh, are they going to Japan when they see this cat? No, they're going to Chinatown apparently.
Hey, look, it's fine. It's Chinatown in Japan. It's fine. Japan can have a Chinatown, maybe. I don't know.
God. Like, and the advice for you, this is like a best advice to give you. Pay attention to backgrounds before deciding you use them because just say it. I'm just putting that out. That's my best advice to give you when, like, if you're using otherworldly backgrounds for your gacha series. Like, pay attention to backgrounds. Like, you know, something to tell a story.
My advice is, if you're gonna have villains in anything, make sure that they don't immediately back down as soon as their villain plans are mildly challenged. Unless that's the point. Unless the point is they are enablers to Ares' tantrums, but don't like that is a joke. But then again, like every other joke of that nature I make comes true, so it's possible, but I don't think so.
For tomorrow's Disco Bot Season 2 review, can you do 4 through 7?
Didn't
we just watch episode 4?
No, this is Blues Pops. Disco Pops is the one by Johnny.
Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, I didn't see Disco Pops part. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I can't keep up.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So.
There's so many pops.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's the thing. That Flower Pot did start a whole thing, you know, of a whole expanded universe of like all these pops that can cross over and stuff. I'm tempted to ask if parody pops can form part of this universe, honestly. If that does happen, don't worry, BB. I'll make sure it fits into the timeline somewhere.
Yeah, we'll make sure it's not like the FNAF timeline.
Dude, no, the FNAF timeline fits. It's just convoluted. Stupid.
I honestly want to know like what your thoughts on the FNAF timeline. Not now.
I have a document. I have a video planned. I'm just waiting for Ruin to come out.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm a half convinced. But by the way, if you keep waiting for the next FNAF project, the next, you'll never make the video at all because there will always be something else coming out.
No,
afterwards.
but the thing is, the Ruin DLC is needed because it confirms which ending is canon, which then confirms where the books take place.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, I'm half convinced that that at some point Scott was like, yes. Everything makes sense in here. You just don't know all the details yet. Now, excuse me while I retreat into my abode and don't respond to social media for several years. Yeah. Definitely not working this all out for myself.
No, it's super weird. So he's gone on record to say he has only ever made one retcon, and everyone unanimously called bull.
Of course.
What's the retcon?
He said he wouldn't reveal it.
So he's just like, there is one inconsistency out there, and good luck finding it.
Yeah, so what that means is somewhere along the lines, there's probably a very big belief that he knows is just straight up wrong and no longer exists. Assuming, of course, there really only was one retcon, which again, I don't believe in the slightest.
Okay. I thought it was a Charlie thing or deal that's been retcon because people talk about there is a retcon with Charlie.
There is, in the books they say she was born in the 70s. Well, I take it back. In one of the books, they say she was born in the 70s, but in the third book in that same trilogy, they then retcon it by saying she was born in 1980. then meaning that she died at the age of 3.
Wow, so a child's age is inconsistent here. Very appropriate for this. Okay, so yeah, and the pros definitely cool, like the small moments of where the frames do actually really seem to blend in, and then the music from the previous one and from this one kind of. The cat, of course, would look way more uncanny if we hadn't seen the Garfield thing in the middle of it. So that was another thing that I was going to point out before.
Like, Garfield saved the day.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't see this one as being too much of an improvement on the previous one. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like they're both just as confusing and have very similar problems to each other and very similar strengths. So I'm not sure where the distinction lies between them, if I'm honest. Apart from the fact that two of the pops actually did something to use their powers to stop a bit of a threat. So you're 50% the way there. So that's one thing, I guess. But still, it was solved by polite discussion, which I don't know. Is polite pops going to be a thing in the future?
Oh God, no! We don't need any more pops besides parody pops.
Yeah, you're excited for that.
So
See, the thing is, I need people because obviously the way that's going to work is that I need people to actually be able to like sing parodies. So I'm definitely going to have to at least make that an option for people to sing them, if not make that voice acted. So yeah, that's another thing to be to mention.
So I don't really have very strong opinions. I mean, it was all right. It feels like I watched filler though.
Well, but filler for what? Because
it's a good question. That's a whole other issue on its own.
Oh yeah, ballet pops and also Ghosty. Ghosty has taken over. Has taken over. I'm blanking now. What the heck? That was the one I was gonna do. Techno pops.
Yeah, there. I was like, is it Techno Pops?
Pretty sure.
But yeah.
So those two, and who knows in the future. I'm sure that Johnny's got a million other ideas lined up eventually. All right.
Cartoon pops.
They're all cartoons. It's Gacha.
SpongeBob pops.
That's a specific. We're getting more and more specific now.
Someone shows up and it's just a cold open, and the citizen asks, "Who are you?" They answer, "Squidward."
Together we are the Plankton Pops, and our mission is to steal the Kaiohari secret formula.
Yes!
No, oh my god, it's like a pop group, but it's a villain of the other pops.
Wait, no. Nick Pops. Nickelodeon show Pops. Like different Nickelodeon characters as Pops.
No, I'm gonna narrow it down to Nicktoons.
Yes!
I don't know. If you write down to Nicktoons, you're gonna end up missing out on the possibility of recruiting good old Jupiter Dirt himself as a pop.
Jupiter
Disney Pops. Disney Pops.
You know what? There's something. I guess this universe itself that's the Flower Pot universe is getting a bit crowded. So who knows if that's gonna be if I'm to end up landing a spot in that. But
it's okay, we can make our own pops as a rivalry, and then have a big multiverse crossover.
Oh Jesus! I mean, that would be the only excuse I would ever make a multiverse.
That's the first time I have ever heard Jacob legitimately go, "Oh Jesus!"
Because it's not. I've said it before. There are plenty of times.
I've heard you say "oh," but never "oh Jesus."
Oh my God! We almost.
I'm sure I have
3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah. It's time to go. People started tuning out of this. So I guess I'll sign off now. So please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe to us already. Subscribe to KW and PP, and also check out the video in the description. And on that note, until next time, I want to make parody pops and farewell.
Bye-bye.
Off to watch some Nickelodeon, baby.